I've been playing Hunger, and honestly, this is one of those games where I wasn't fully expecting or sure what was going on. On the surface, it's very easy to look at and go, this is another extraction game. Drop in, loot, try and survive, try to get out. After spending some time with the playtest, I think there's more here than that. So, it's not a full review, it's early, it's rough in places, but I want to quickly go over what Hunger actually is, what stood out for me, and why I think this could be one to keep an eye on. The first thing that hits me is the atmosphere. Hunger has this dark, grimy, old world feel to it. It's set in the horrible, bleak version of France, and visually it's got loads going on. You've got muddy streets, old buildings, dark weather, low sun, and that really heavy, miserable feeling that suits an extraction game perfectly. It isn't clean, it isn't colourful, it isn't trying to look safe. And that's important for this because these types of games, the world has to make you feel uncomfortable. You should feel like every building could have something useful in it, but also something that could kill you. And Hunger does start to give you that feeling. The early mission's pretty simple. You're mainly being sent out to find items, learn the map, pick things up, get them back out. I had missions looking for things like fresh eggs, flowers, which sound basic, but in the extraction game, even the basic items start to matter when you know that you might lose them. And also it starts setting the scene, I think, some of the bartering and crafting elements that this game's going to bring. This is where the loop starts to work. You go in with very little, you start searching, you find something you need, then the whole room will start changing. And suddenly you're not wandering around anymore, you've got something to lose. And I like that bit, I like it a lot. The game starts creating those little moments where you think, do I keep looking? Do I risk another building? Or do I push further in? Or do I get out with what I've got? And for me, that's the core of a good extraction game. Combat is where I think Hunger still needs a little bit of work. The melee's definitely got weight to it, but it can feel a bit clunky sometimes. One of the things I noticed that if you swing near walls or objects, the weapon gets stopped. And while that's a skill issue maybe, I get what they're going for, but it makes it sort of frustrating in the middle of the fight, especially when a lot of the spaces are tight. There's also a balance between realism and fun, and I think that's something they need to keep tweaking. There's a lot of potential with PvE. You're not just walking around an empty map. There are enemies, there's danger, there's always that feeling that things can suddenly go wrong. And that's the big thing for me at the moment, is how all these systems are going to come together. Hunger doesn't feel like it just wants to be a basic extraction shooter, it feels like it's trying to have more of an RPG survival layer to it. There's characters, there's looting, there's crafting potential, and there's lots of reasons to explore beyond just chasing that PvP rush. And I think that's the part that interests me the most when I'm thinking about it. In the crafting, it can become useful, especially if the items you find matter, and this is something I talked about with one of the guys I was playing with earlier. If the NPCs and the quests build out properly, then the crafting could become something with a lot more depth. It could be less about running around and just looking for fights in the game, and more about building yourself up and learning the world and surviving each run and learning how to develop stuff. That said, definitely feels a bit rough. Some things need explaining better, some of the onboarding probably needs to be a bit clearer. I wasn't exactly sure all the time what the map timer meant or where I was or what I was needing to do, and some of the combat needs a little bit of tightening. The game needs to make sure players understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. And even then, with those issues, I've come away interested. And that typically is a good sign, because when you play plenty of extraction games where you just jump in, play one or two runs, and you can feel that there's nothing really there, but with Hunger, I didn't get that at all. I feel like there's a proper idea here, it needs work, the atmosphere is strong, the extraction loop is starting to work, and it starts giving it an identity that I think will work really well. So would I say Hunger is amazing right now? Probably not. Would I say it's finished? Definitely not. But would I say it's worth watching? Yeah, and I think there's something coming, and probably soon, maybe in early access. If the developers can tighten the combat, explain the systems better, and really build out that survival RPG side of the game, I think Hunger could end up being a very interesting extraction game. So that's it. I'm not calling it the next big thing, but I'm saying this. Hunger's definitely got my attention.